Angle did play Prelude and is gonna hike across field to cross over to Spirit and see if all of this happens to just be some bait. Oh no. Are we alive? I think seems like.
My page is still alive.
Yeah, it wouldn't be us though. I think Restream is back though. Let's go.
Yeah.
We are alive. Everyone's dealing with some ads, it sounds like. But we're back. Amazing. You didn't miss a whole lot. Everyone's just kind of going through. We're gonna get another double Jabu, Sparks and Devin here. Devin going through all of fire for what is potentially just AD bait. It was really good for Sparks in this case because as you can see now, they're kind of at the same location. Sparks still needs to go get that long shot eventually. And we are seeing some major divergence here between Jax and Engel. And if this gamble pays off for Engel, that I don't need to do ice. If it turns out that fire for that Kokiri sword on Volvagia with a highest gore on boss key is just time wasted, that's going to be really great for Engel. Yeah, Engel decided to drop Furor's Wind in ice. No, there was nothing in Deku. And we do have some scrubs out here that we don't usually see.
Nothing, no scrubs.
Oh. Yeah, and at this point, we would more or less expect our hovers to be in spirit. Whether it's adult or child, that's what we're looking for right now.
Right.
I actually think that was the exact scenario that I gave earlier, was hovers in child spirit. Spark's still collecting tokens. 15. Alright, Engel gonna do a quick fight here. Has Din's equipped, so I'm guessing he's gonna do Haunted Wasteland. Hammer for Jax. But they are feeling very pleased to find that, knowing that they are going into fire.
Yep, there was nothing in Deku.
Yes, Engel's Furor's Wind is in ice. Yeah. Once Engel finds out whether or not Spirit is completable and whether or not hovers are accessible, ice is going to be his first play. Yeah, if hovers and or boss key are not in child spirit, Angle is saving himself so much time. Yeah, exactly. The nice thing is, for Angle specifically, again, he's gonna find Hammer and Ice. Has to do Fire anyway. Has to do all of Fire to find the boss key. Will find the Kokiri sword and already has the items for water. So even without the information that Fire is path to Bongo, everything's just laid out in front of him, so there's not a lot of searching because that Furor's Wind is in ice. So get your guesses in chat, everyone. Is it logical AD or is it hard AD? We are about to find out. Sorry. The mods would have to put up an actual poll. Alright, there's a long shot for Jax, who has also picked up Hammer, so I am expecting them to go straight back into Fire. They are going to be very unhappy to find out they have to climb all of the way and that it's Kokiri Sword. Alright, chat's memeing now. Sounds good. Alright. You pick up the song here. There's the horse. I'm shocked. I'm so shocked to find the horse out here.
Well, it was a 50-50. We didn't see the other hint, so...
Alright, we're gonna find out. Will we find our small key? Possibly forgot the scrubs. There is a silver boulder there for anyone who hasn't seen scrubs on. There's a silver boulder out there that hides a couple of scrubs. But I suppose you're looking for one item. You can either... Alright. That's huge. Yep. Yeah, based on the hints we have, those scrubs probably don't have anything, but based on the information Angle has, you shouldn't be skipping scrubs. Angle does not know if it's AD, is missing both Hammer and Kokiri Sword for it, is missing light arrows still, which we know are in Goron City, but he obviously it doesn't. We have Lens. But that small key is massive. So we only need 2 more small keys and a boss key. Yeah, exactly business. I don't know. I mean, if it's AD, then it's AD, and Angle is going ice first, and the items are on the way. I guess that's my big thing. having to make the play for hovers, that is the difference.
Oh. Hover bits, maybe?
There they are. All right.
Oh.
Massive gamble by Engel. I mean, massive. I say massive gamble. It could still be AD for the boss key.
Right.
And there's the boss key. All right.
So this is AD's entire bait.
Yep. 80s for a small key. And Engel only needs one more small key to beat this dungeon, and then can go do Shadow, go get Light Hint. I guess that's a question. Do you complete Spirit here? Like, you complete it, but do you full clear it, looking for those light arrows? I don't think so. But it's also really quick at this point. Like, you just skip Sunblock Room. Yeah, Engel's in glow mode. Yes, Alex. And that's one of the things, like, I mean, I said that earlier, that Engel has kind of the best choice to make there. You find your long shot and you go, okay, long shots for crossing, for Requiem, possibly even for a small key on the other hand. And yeah, there's a fire to bongo path hint. Pulling out Ferrar's Wind.
Okay, we got one more key. We're good.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Engel is not going to finish up Spirit here. Is going to play for that light arrow hint. No, highest Goron's not the vanilla boss key. The vanilla boss key is all the way back at the bottom because in the vanilla game you get the hammer chest all the way at the top. So you go back, knock down that, pillar, go through the boss key loop. Engel found the hovers. They're one of the ZL checks in the statue room in Spirit here. Alright, Devin is done with Child Dungeons, but gonna do some cleanup by the looks of it. Oh, Devin's going bottom of the well. Okay, this is good. Devin needs that other... Yep, Devin needs that other hook shot. Sparks, similarly, is done with the other dungeons. Jabu, DC Forest. Looking for some items for Shadow still. Doesn't have the same information necessarily. Is buying Blue Fire by the looks of it. Yeah, Zoe. It used to be that if you activated Dins in the top of Spirit, it would lock everything up because the bubbles, I think it was, like, didn't have a damage value attached to them. And so it was just like an infinite loop of zeros or something. But that's been fixed. Yeah, so there could be a real fast finish coming in here. If someone had done Goron City Scrubs along the way, which we didn't see Angle do, for example, like, he's not going to lose a lot of time to that, but it's definitely not the fastest it can be done. No, Angle does not have Song of Time. It was at the end of Ice. No. But Angle, I imagine, knows. Oh, Twin Rova, please. I imagine Angle knows there is a glitchless backflip option where you're able to buy just enough time to hookshot the target without either Tunic or Song of Time. Or he just buys the Tunic. He has enough money. You're right. Alright, Jax is towards the top of fire now. Gonna go get that boss key. Devin's still going through bottom of the well. Not much left. Reminder that the other hookshot is in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
And Sparks picked up Longshot, and I think Sparks is going for the same play Angle did.
Confirm your AD.
Yep, confirm your AD.
And then find out it's all bait.
I think it depends, Rob. I think you're gonna see exactly what has played out on Restream here. The people who have the fire path hint are gonna end up doing AD for the most part anyway, because they're gonna full clear fire and Deku looking for those hovers. And if you don't have that hint, you go, I'm just gonna go find out.
And happy 2 hours, everyone.
Happy to.
So on Restream today, we have Jackstronomy, Holy Sparks, Angle, and Devin. Make sure to give them a follow. Tracking for us today is Jimbo, Tamaltak, DFX9, and Alkaline Ace. And on commentary, New IT Guy and Melku. Thank you, everyone, for helping us put on this race today.
Yeah. We're on, is this Qual 7, I believe?
6.
6?
Yep. Qual
Okay.
6.
Well, we have several other qualifiers coming up along with our actual Season 7. If you want to come volunteer, you can help track, push some buttons, or if you like talking, you can come apply to be on commentary and chat with us. We are a very fun crew and we can always use more volunteers. That link is probably broken. Can someone update that, please? And thank you. I appreciate you. Bomb Choose is dead, unfortunately. Yes, special thanks for sticking around during all of the tech issues. And thank you, Slacker, for resolving that. Slacker, our restreamer today. So I guess here's one of the questions. Does Devin actually just go beat water? Or do the crossing now?
Good question.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile,
Hopefully crossing, because that's the correct play, but...
Yeah. Yeah, Engel just making his way through Shadow. Yeah, GTG Baron is really good because the only play he had left was Ice. Like, had it been hard AD, Ice was the only thing left. Um, and like you're saying, you know lights aren't there. Sparks setting Furor's Wind here in GTG, though. Possibly for easier access to Water Temple. That's true. Sparks might have just forgotten. Devin hiking across field. With this angle, this looks like, yep, crossing. Yeah, Engel has just ended up routing this really nicely. Okay. We have our first place finisher, Ryukane, our season 6 champion, 204.56 GG's. And there is Volvagia and Fire Temple done for Jax, picking up that Kokiri sword.
I wonder if anyone's going to metagame this now and go, maybe this isn't all AD with the time with a finish like that.
Yeah. And now everyone knows AD is bait if they're paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Jack's equipping long shot here. Yeah, that is like 100% Ryu pushed 10 skulls, found that bomb bag, or opened the right small chest for some chews. Probably rushed Ice pretty quick or farmed money even to buy Blue Fire and got the long shot. Skipped Ice, went straight across to Spirit. Devin also setting Furor's Wind in GTG. Again, I think that is probably in case he needs to go to water. This is going to be the fastest way there. Thank you, Jimbo. Now there's a volunteer link that will work for you. Come join us. We're fun. All right, Sparks remembering these scrubs out here.
Jax was going to Lake.
I think Jax is either going to set Furor's Wind here and then continue hiking, or is just going to do AD because they've already done all of Fire.
Mm-hmm. Just hard commit.
Yeah, so where are some of the places that we can see that time save probably? Because Angle is not going to be insanely behind a 204, but it will be significant enough.
Mm-hmm.
So based on what we saw Angle do, like what can we think maybe Ryu did? Um, I definitely think farming money and just buying blue fire, getting that hook shot early, getting a bomb bag a little earlier for a little more efficient clear.
Goron City on the way versus
Mm-hmm.
the hint.
Yeah. Probably didn't even do Richard, honestly,
Mm-hmm.
because there was another strength along the way in Forest.
Right. And whatever we were missing, Forrest basically said, "Hey, here you go."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I feel like this play from Jax is a little bit of a like sunk cost
Mm-hmm.
fallacy. They think, oh, I've already done all of fire. I have Kokiri sword. It's AD. I'm just gonna do AD. Which makes sense. The seed is pushing you pretty hard towards that. And knowing that it's path to bongo, you're like, oh, well now it's boss key and hovers that I'm playing towards in Child Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Engel almost at the end of Shadow here. Sparks just, getting going in Spirit really. Devin just getting out here.
Nothing on the manager. That is a good point. At least the water boss key was one of the very first checks, so Jackson can get out of here very quickly.
Yeah. The relief you feel when you walk into a Requiem on all dungeons, Spirit Temple, and you see that small key, just immense. Like, oh, great. I can probably do this. And then every check that isn't boss
Mm-hmm.
key is agonizing. Alright. Hovers for Sparks, Water done for Jax, Shadow done for Angle, gonna go get that light arrow hint. And yeah, Jax is just committing hard to needing AD. A lot of runners choose not to watch the race room because they don't want to change how they're playing. Um,
Speaking of race finishers, uh,
Kedums.
Keatums in second place with a time of 2:12:55.
GG's.
Yeah, the Y threw me off there for a second. It's like, wait, hold on.
Oh, all right. Floosh coming in third, 2:13.25. So the way this works, I believe the first 7 finishers kind of set the par time that all of the other runners will be competing against. That's when the points start getting calculated.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Average time of the first 7. Okay, thank you.
Ooh, what's in
All
the
right.
validation chest? A bow!
Oh, wow.
I mean, you open it, you haven't found light arrows. Maybe those were just light arrows.
All right. So, Sparks is actually in go mode, gonna fight Twinrova, still has all of Shadow to do, so Engel will still finish ahead of Sparks. Devin, similarly in go mode, gonna be trailing behind Sparks a bit here, also has those light arrows though. So we'll save a little time. Alright. So, what Engel is doing here, saved before setting Furor's Wind, so that the Furor's Wind in ice is preserved. We'll have to save again, so we'll lose some time watching the entire cutscene. But sets Furor's Wind after that save, so you can save that Furor's Wind in Ganon's if it is somewhere other than ice. Yep. Sorry, Spirit. Yes. Thanks. Alright. So you get to watch this cutscene. Engel will have to save. Alright, our 4th place finisher, Cammy, 2:15.55. Alright, we're saving. And we are just a Bolero and a Goron City scrub away from Engel taking on Ganondorf. Meanwhile, Jax is in the basement of Deku, gonna go fight Goma, gonna go collect that ocarina and do Child Spirit, and probably be pretty frustrated to see 1 or 2 small keys. I wouldn't be surprised if it was 2 small keys, given that we only saw the 3 we needed so far.
Mm-hmm. And Melrose finishing in 5th with a time of 2:16.30.
GG's. Alright, not too far behind. Favio in 6th place. 2:17.16. GG's. Alright, and that is Deku done for Jax, who will be collecting Requiem shortly. Sparks and Devin both in the Twinrova fight.
Cola finishing in 7th with 217.56.
GG's. And that is our top 7. We'll start getting an idea how many points Ryu, the winner of this qual, will get and how it's going to shake out after that.
So about 13 minutes between 1st and 7th. If I math that properly.
Yes.
I don't trust my math though, so.
All right, Sparks entering into Shadow. Devin won't be too far behind, just entering that blue warp for Spirit. Jack's entering Child Spirit here. I'm really impressed with how efficiently and how quickly Jax has actually cleared this seed, honestly. They're definitely going to be behind everyone else on Restream, but not as significantly as it might seem.
Rip shield.
And Dorf is gone. We have lost our Master Sword. Whatever shall we do? Oh, wait. We have Big Goron Sword. Amazing. Takes 3 quick hits if you store your Master Sword Jump Slash for that first phase of Ganon. And nice, finishing in 8th place with a time of 2:20:53. Were both of these small keys?
I was not paying attention.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, so honestly, usually 2 small keys being in Child Spirit, odds of you having to do that are pretty high. It's just that the other keys were in good enough positions that we didn't need to today. All right, couple more finishers here. Osuna in 9th place, 2:21:28, and Zoro in 10th place, 2:21:44. GG's. And GG's for Engel, our first finisher on Restream. Just missing out on top 10. But sniping Exodus by a second. Amazing. GG's Engel, 11th place, 2:22:07. Sniping Exodus in 12th place, 2:22:08. See if Engel will join us for an interview here. And in the meantime, we will watch the rest of our runners go through Spirit and Shadow.
Machi finishing with a time, or 13th with a time of 2:23:20.
GG's. And Tensei finishing 14th place, 2:23:40.
And then and followed by Skulls Link in 15th with 2:23.54.
Wow. All right. Lots of finishers coming through here. Lots of people who clearly probably took some of the bait, but not all of it. Hello, Engel. Welcome in, GG's.
Yo, thanks for the GG's.
Anything about the seed or the settings that you want to start off with before we ask any questions?
I mean, not my best result, obviously, but not terrible either. Settings, like, big fan of Free Scarecrow. That's always just a little nicety. And Scrubs are kind of whatever. They're not one of the more awful ones, I don't think.
Definitely. Yeah, so we were trying to figure out, what could Ryu have done, for example?
Yeah.
This is what we saw you do, because you are the first on Restream to finish. And
So, I mean, my initial thought on that was when I got the light arrows, I also got a scale. And
yeah.
Like, my first thought of where I lost time was like running up that river a couple times really sucked. So
Yes. Yep.
I think that was a big part of it.
Yeah, and we hadn't seen what was in Fire yet. So Fire is Path to Bongo.
I hear that.
Yeah.
For
and
Case Sword on Volvagia.
Is it for logical AD?
For logical
Yes.
AD.
Yeah, that's what I when I got some of the keys out of Spirit, I was like, feel like I'm not getting enough, that there's probably one on Child side, but
yeah, there were two, which it's pretty rare that you can get around two on Child side, but
yeah,
that one on adult side was just enough to get in there.
Yeah, that's all I was hoping for.
Yep.
But like my problem was like getting long shot there. I don't necessarily know if it's long shot for AD, if it's just saying, oh, you need long shot to cross because there's no Epona. Like, you do have Lens of Truth, magic, everything else to do the crossing logically, so figured I'd just go for it.
Yeah, when we saw Domain to Twin Rova, I was like, it's probably the other hook shot, because no matter what, you need the other hook shot to get there at that point, so...
Yeah, so like I went there, I hated going there after the well as Child, but I was like, what if it's Letter and then Epona is in ice and it's some weird, like, cross, the desert with that way, so it was just one of those, like, get owned no matter what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. So... choose would have been nice a little earlier. I think that was the only other thing that I could think of was...
How'd y'all like my bomb back?
I popped off a little, honestly, because I was thinking, I'm like, God, what if this is a bomb-locked bomb bag just hiding in this? And then
popped off.
Hinted.
Yeah, then it was hinted.
And then it was hinted.
Oh, and I got the 10 skull one, like, right after. So was,
yeah.
But
no,
I always, like, if I have strength in there, I'll usually give it, like, one toss.
Yeah, and that's what I was like, you're going up anyway, might as well. You never know. But yeah, GG's, first try on that. That is a difficult toss to time. Yeah, so I also want to say, you used your Furor's Wind, like, so smartly at the end there. So you were like, I know ice has to be the play after Spirit if there's nothing in Spirit, because everything else is either foolish or, cut off pretty much.
Yeah, I debated just doing ice there or leaving, and I was like, Ferrors.
Yeah. And then you said it in Spirit, I assume, in case lights were there.
Yeah, so I knew I had 3 checks inside and the scrubs right outside I forgot to check, so I was like...
Oh, you did forget them?
I didn't check. I thought about it, and then I ran into Spirit, and then like halfway through Spirit, I was like, oh yeah, I meant to do that. Oh well. I have
Yep.
fair wars. If we need to, we'll just set it back.
Yep, makes sense. Yeah, no, that was good management of that item. Yeah, otherwise it was very interesting. Like an hour in, we were going, are we actually just missing letter for go mode?
Yeah, it started with, hey, okay, so let's think, where can magic be? And then Jax immediately opens it on stream in Forest Temple.
Yeah, about Forest actually having stuff.
Forest was crazy.
And
Forest
then
was
it's,
crap.
okay, so we just need letter. And then Jax opens it on stream a second later. And then we're like, okay, so we just know where everything's at this point.
Yeah.
Except
Because
for
at that point we thought hovers were in fire because we had seen the fire to bongo hint.
Yeah, that's kind of an awful hint. But I mean, I checked fire early and knew it was hammerlocked. So even if I got that hint, like,
yeah,
I wouldn't have had anything to do for it.
Yeah, and hammer's just in ice, so you would have picked it up if it had been hard AD. Hammer was in ice, which is where you would have been going next anyway.
Yeah.
Kokiri sword's on Volvagia, so
then you have it all.
You just have it all.
Yep.
So when you get a lot of items early, it was very strange. Like a half hour in, it's like, okay, we can't beat any dungeons. Like, we have items, but
that's what I was saying. I was like, I have all these things, but I can't really do anything with them.
Yeah,
this kind of sucks.
And then you find like the hook shot in bottom of the well and a bomb bag, and suddenly it's like, oh, I'm one item away from go mode. Do you change how you route at all? When like a seed is kind of dry at the start, but then suddenly it's like, oh, I just need to rush my dungeons.
I mean, obviously I'm going to rush the dungeons at that point, but I don't think there was a ton to even like change. Like there weren't a ton of checks left to go do other than maybe run around the field and hit up the lake or something, but those are so out of the way. I'm just going to go forest, go domain because it's path, and get annoyed that it's on Unfreeze the King, then go forest, get more annoyed that it's letter in forest. But like, I think you just have to push that path in the dungeons at that point.
Sure. We are watching Sparks finish up Bongo fight, and Devin just started. Jax is fighting Twin Rova, just to give you an update. Jax pushed hard into AD after finding the hammer and fire to bongo hint. So that's where we're seeing them lose some time. Everyone else pretty much like, okay, I've found my long shot now. I'm gonna cross. Is that a hard decision for you to make? Like, to keep looking for items versus go check Spirit, or will you pretty much always go check if Spirit is AD locked?
I think I personally like checking it a lot of the time, and I think in this seed in particular, it made just way too much sense to do it because you had even the lens and the magic to everything to do the cross. That because of that, it's like, well, what if Spirit or the scrubs around it or something has hammer or Kokiri sword, and it, like, worst case, it could be cross and then AD, right?
Right. Yeah.
So I think you have to do the cross in that scenario.
Yeah, I'm a very like conservative bad player, so I am always like, I want to know immediately if this is AD and if I am quitting right now.
Yeah. That too, if it's not a qualifier, you're like, do I really want to keep playing
I don't want to
this?
do this. What number qual is this for you?
This was my fourth.
Fourth.
This was the worst one so far,
worst
but it was
one.
still decent.
Are you planning on doing all 8 or?
Yeah, I mean, there's no downside to doing all 8. Because
except finding the time.
Yeah, but I think I should have time to play in at least 8, maybe. See if I find more, but
we're just getting all kinds of finishers in here, so just to read off, let's see. Drunus, Methinks So, Belnog, Incoherent, Check Race, Zinedine, Zeph 199221, Okishi, Brotinder, Sora, Minitoad, Kate Toyzik, Volk, Mr. Cart, Wooden Barrel, Challenswa, Sanzo, Red, Happy Hiker, Philip Titu. Well, that's new. And Hollow Logic, rounding out 35th place. Oof. Yeah, everyone's figuring out. I was saying, I think we're gonna see a lot of finishers around the took some of the bait time, and that's probably, you know, they.
Yeah, once you
up...
see reuse nuts time, you're like, well, it's definitely not AD, and lights are.
Yeah.
If you don't have them like me, you're like, they have to be easy. So.
Yeah, and really, Top File saying if you do Goron City Scrubs first, like.
Yeah, like you get the scale is probably the huge one.
Yeah, the scale ends up saving you quite a bit of time there, because even if you are going like 2-domain twice as child, it's from Minuet, which is a huge difference between hiking up from Market. Did you go from Market, or did you go from
Market? Because there's really no there's no good way. There's no Serenade. There's it was bad.
Market's like a little faster than even from the vanilla spawn in Kokiri Forest, just because of the different load zones, I think. It's crazy.
It's close, but they're both very slow.
Yeah.
But I think I did Adult Goron City super early, and then because I got the bomb bag in part of what I guess hurt me was getting that bomb bag in Child Goron, so I full clear Child Goron and the maze.
Yes.
So I have like no real incentive to go back just for the scrubs.
Yep. Right, and you're like, the only time you would have done it is probably on your way to ice. And at that point, you're like, but I'm not going that way. I'm going to buy the blue fire.
I mean, I still like used Goron City to go through, so I guess I could have, but I'd already done domain at that point anyway, so
yeah,
it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah. So, which settings are you finding yourself liking more? You don't have to answer that if you think it'll give away your like secret strats for the season. But
I don't have a secret strat. That's the real strat.
That's my secret captain.
That's my secret cap. I don't have strats.
I mean, there's some settings that are just kind of awful. That I don't know if, like, I'm tempted to just ban something like key rings just because of how much it adds to a scene and potential like double dipping dungeons, things like that. Or like the classic overworld skulls that everyone has kind of been hating. In terms of like the good ones, like scrubs are pretty solid because they're pretty easy to route in. I mean, we haven't really seen Dungeon ER show up, but I do enjoy that one. So
yeah, it's a little surprising that hasn't shown up yet.
It'd be nice if we could see a qual get something like that, or more interior entrance rando. Those are, I don't know, I find them interesting logically, I guess. So
yeah, I think it's kind of interesting where I feel like I've heard runners have stronger opinions on which minor settings they really like.
Well, free scarecrow. Give me the free scarecrow all the time.
Pre-planted beans. Yeah, no, free scarecrow is a great setting, and I understand that it makes like a lake play very unappealing, but at least with scrubs on, maybe.
Yeah, but I mean, lake play, it's like come on, it's unappealing unless you have Serenade anyway, so...
Fair.
I don't know, I don't get that argument.
And 2 of our runners finishing. I'm
the
very
double.
curious. Yeah, what is our timestamps here? Sparks finishing in 43rd, 2:39:09. Sniping Devin, 2:39:14. GG's to both of them. See if they'll join us for interviews.
And Devin sniping fair by 1 second.
Yes, that's the second 1 second snipe.
Yeah, I got Exo.
Yeah, you got Exo. How'd that feel?
I was like, this qual was kind of meh. Yo, I sniped Exo, let's go.
Slightly cathartic.
Right. Getting that snipe.
Sniping one of the, top runners is always the fun feeling. Even if it, doesn't matter because Ryu crushed you both, but... But, he won last year, so it's expected he'd have a good run here.
It's like that meme where, gets the medal and starts, like, biting on it, celebrating, and they're in 3rd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my medal. I'm first on race stream. Just
first
don't
on
look at race
stream.
time.
Exactly. No, it was really good though. I thought you made all the right plays at the times when you need them to. It's just...
Yeah, I like I said, I think the plays were all fine. It just was... well, I was talking to my stream throughout the race, and I'm like, oh my god, everything in this feels like the right call, but it's also just slightly unlucky.
Yeah,
Like, I make the good play to get the money to be able to buy the blue fire, and then that dumb scrub just hands me the money.
Yeah.
I run up to do domain because what if it's letter or something I need in child side, and then the letter's just in forest. It's just like, bro. It's how it be sometimes.
That is rando for ya. Well, I don't really have any other questions for you. Chat, did you have any questions for Engel, or did you have any, like, other comments that you wanted to make?
Just don't have explosives until after forest.
Are you speaking from experience there, Inko? Is that...
I mean, that could be another way to save a lot of time, actually.
I suppose, because if you're just going forest straight into DC and you get your bottle and you're like, okay. Welcome in, Devin. GG's.
GG's. Damn. I felt... When I was in DC, and I do the strength trick. I'm actually... Hold up. Okay. Had to mute the stream because I don't want to listen to myself. So I did the strength thing with the block to get the bottle from the scrub, and it was like from this point on, I need to play into the bottle, so I rushed ice, and then led that to hammer, to bomb bag, and the hook shot, and I was like, dude, I think I struck gold here. This is really good. And then turns out that was fool's gold because, well, you just have to I was just like doing progressions, doing hinted stuff, which is why I ended up doing all of fire and all of Deku, and then kind of figured out it was like some sort of logical idea at least, and then like didn't have a reason to do well until super late, and that's what killed me. And that's like how you save like over half an hour this seed, right? You don't full clear fire because like of course you need to climb all the way up. And then you do Deku, and you just lose so much time. Oh boy.
Yeah, Engel, I don't know if you had heard that Bosky was on highest Goron, but it was...
And like, if you want the highest Goron by that point, you just do the highest check as well, because it might be the item, right? And then turns out, nope, it's on the dragon.
Yeah.
So you fight the dragon, you mess up the boss fight.
Yeah, it sounds like I got the like like I said, the slight unlucky parts were like, oh, this is slightly
Yeah.
slower, slightly unlucky, and Devin got the full on. Oops,
Dude,
you
I got
found the wrong hint.
the main issue with that is that I felt like until like the 1 hour, like right before the 2 hour mark is coincidentally when Ryu finished, right? Is that like I was feeling like the luckiest person, but then like okay, I just did fire, I just did Deku, okay, that's unlucky, but like depends on where the long shot is, I might be fine, and then I wasn't fine, and like I just took it to the face, man.
Also,
Nah.
welcome in Sparks. GG's.
GG's.
GG's, the snipe, bro.
I'm so unhappy though. The
Me
bow.
too.
The bow.
What, the bow?
Yeah.
The bow.
What was it
Sparks.
about the bow?
The bow cost me this like so much time.
I don't even remember where the first bow was that I found.
EMT storms.
Oh, you just forgot that that
I
existed, guess.
cleared like the entire world before I touched TNT
Oh
storms.
no. Well, and you still managed to finish before me, so.
Well, I never
congrats.
found the hammer or the case sword, so.
So this is like I put this on my tracker because I had some space on my tracker. I wore a paradox letter question mark because
Yes. The second I
was,
saw
right?
the second wallet, I was like, wait, this has got to be a paradox letter seed, surely.
Yeah. Like I just did ice super early, so I thought the guy from the back, and then just I was like, yeah, okay, domain is part. There's like a 33% chance that something is here, and then I saw the hookshot, and I was like the happiest boy. Ah, dude.
No, continue, please.
Hmm.
Complain as much as you would like. I love it. Yeah, Devin, you were the first one in ice on Restream.
Yeah, I figured.
We saw you pick up that fire to bongo path, and we were like, "Oh, that could be big."
It was
'Cause
all
the,
bait,
the only
and
thing
I was
left
the
was the
fish, bro.
hovers. Yeah, yeah. We started going. Oh, well, there was nothing except Kokiri sword, which is also needed for AD, and there was nothing in Deku at all.
Yep. Well, there was a bow technically, but that's bow
Oh,
locked.
yeah, a bow locked bow.
You just cannot make this up.
Yeah,
It's like there's like some evil genius sitting in the background rolling the seed, right?
right. That evil genius is named Randobot.
Bad bot.
Badbot. But yeah, we originally were like, man, you don't pick up the Fire Temple to Bongo hint, and you're in trouble.
Well,
And
it's
then it
the opposite.
became the opposite. If you do find that hint, you're
Dude,
in trouble.
if I don't get that hint, I'm in well like super early, and then I can turn this around. But
Yeah.
like
yeah.
that like the whole rabbit hole of like clearing all of fire and then like doing everything after that is just.
Mm-hmm.
I actually thought about it too while I was finishing Spirit. I was like, I don't have the bongo hint, so if I get out of Spirit here with nothing, I guess we're hint chasing.
Yeah.
Didn't matter. Just don't find it. Easy game, right?
Yeah. Really ironic that like having less information about the seed is actually gonna let you go faster.
Mm-hmm.
How does that even work?
Bad hints.
Just don't use it.
Happens.
Just do what I did and get the PZ check and then bail on ice. Didn't even touch it. Nope. I'm so far behind, I'm just skipping ice. There's nothing there.
Yeah, you and Engel both ended up skipping ice, but Engel did set Auror's Wind in there.
Can
before
you
he
actually
I considered it,
not?
but if it, no,
Can you actually completely skip ice the seed?
yeah.
Yeah, didn't need ice.
You didn't
Oh, so
need
you
ice.
don't need ice, nor you neither do you need ice, nor fire, nor
Nor-
Deku.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I did none of that, Devin, and I only finished 5 seconds ahead of you. That tells you how much I did looking for that bow.
Yeah, you ended up doing like valley and lake, field cleanup.
I was about to do that. If I don't find Longshot in well, which was also coincidentally in the last check in well, thanks for that.
Of course it was, right?
Then, like, what are you supposed to do?
Cry. That's always my
Yeah.
backup.
Not today. Not today. I still had fun playing the seed though, until like the 2-hour mark.
That's good though. So how do you feel about these settings? We already heard from Engel, but Devin, Sparks?
You mean like in general, like with the randomness, or do you mean the specific like scrub sanity stuff?
Yeah, I meant this seed specifically, but
Okay.
if you want to talk broader, that's
I
cool.
don't mind scrubs on,
No, I really
especially
like
starting with storms. It's like really sweet. There was a
Mm-hmm.
lot of stuff you could just route early game that you didn't have to come back for. And then
Yep.
like free scarecrow was a lifesaver in fire.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of wasn't necessary, but like, dude, wouldn't have that sucked if like you clear all of fire except for the thing, and then you beat the dragon and then you get case hot? Like, dude, you know what? Hovers could still be in here. Let's go set up scarecrow without serenade and come back. And no furrows either. The furrows was in
It was in the
well. It
Yeah.
was well,
Well,
yeah. And if you're on well, you have the long shot, so you don't even need to set up scarecrow then, because you can do long shot thing.
Well was my
pixel
hook shot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone
well
else
was my
got
second
that
hook shot.
first.
I was on a roll, really. I was feeling so confident. I was like, dude, this is where I win a weekly. This is like the gold route for sure. And then just no, it was just all bait. Like the whole half of the game I played was bait. Incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking incredible. Sorry for the F1.
It's fine.
I'm allowed one, so now I'm gonna keep it up. I don't even know if that's true. I have no idea if that's true.
I'm pretty sure this is an 18 plus, like, mature audiences channel. But
I mean, people pick up that word in elementary school nowadays, right? In kindergarten even.
yeah, exactly.
It's just an adjective. Describes
It's
literally
just-
whatever you want it to.
How about you, Sparks? Scrubs?
I like
Free
scrubs.
Scarecrow?
I like scrubs. I like free scarecrow. I wish free scarecrow was always a thing. To be honest,
Yes,
Hey,
please.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Keep asking.
And I like scrubs. Scrubs is one of my favorite things.
Okay. And what number qual is this for both of you?
This was my first.
It's
First?
my fourth, and I've already had 2 forfeits, I think,
Oh no.
and a shitty one. And this one's also a shitty one. So there goes like if you score like 1 qual below 900, and like maybe like the threshold is even higher. Maybe it's like 950. If you do like at least last season, if you did like 1 qual below like 950, 900, you were not going to qualify for top 64, because that's how stiff the competition got.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, I've been plateauing in terms of skill level for like ever since I joined season 4, I think, which is where I made top 32 for the first time, and then I made top 64 once again, and then once more. But like I always only barely made it, and like I've not improved because I can't really put on the grind. But like other people around me just have gotten so good, and there's so many now that like I think you're not even gonna be like top 100 if you don't have like 900 at least on every qual, because that gives you like 3,600 points. That's how good everyone else has gotten. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see. I think it'll depend a little on how big some of the later quals are too, honestly. We still don't have one that's topped 100, I believe, so it could just be that maybe it's not the same field that we're thinking of from last year, because last year it was crazy how close so many of the like 33 and the first half of Challenge Cup, whatever that number is, can't think of it off 96. Like the range in points between those 64 runners was so close.
But like there's also a lot of people, I don't know how many exactly, but a lot of people who are really good at this game who are not playing this season because they don't like the randomness.
Yeah, exactly. So there's still a little bit of we're just not
Wiggle
sure what
room.
it's gonna shake out to be. Also, Jax has finished GG's
GG's.
252.32.
I will be right back.
Okay. We'll see if they're joining us for an interview as well. But yeah, I mean, it's very different than previous seasons, and like you said, you're seeing people kind of sit out, and we'll see if they change their minds in the back half of the qual season. We're not even halfway through, so they might change their minds yet. I had a question and I've forgotten it. I'm sorry.
Don't worry. I wanted something to say too, but I forgot.
Yeah.
Great minds think alike, or they don't.
Or they don't. The brain cell, please.
No, it's my turn. With the
My
one
last-
brain cell.
My last brain cell died when I opened that chest with the bow, and I've never felt so sad.
Mine died when I opened up the long shot.
That kind of feels bad. Hey Jax, welcome in, GG's.
GG. I thought that was a helper chicken in River, and it was not.
Yeah, the helper chicken
Huh?
was not a bro today. So Jax tried to do chicken entry into domain.
I failed it for the
Which,
first time, like, ever.
yep, failed, which meant getting the fire path to bongo hint, which otherwise they would have skipped.
Oh no.
Yeah. So yeah, so it's like,
No.
okay, so cool. I got a hammer. I'm gonna go get my hover boots.
Yep.
Nope.
Nope. Yeah, the high of the seeing the two keys followed by the low of being like, oh, there's a key on the other side. Okay, I could have crossed. Okay, which I would have done if I didn't have the hint to fire to bongo.
Yep.
Yep. I think a lot, like, some people were actually in the same spot. Like, yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah, like it made sense. Just
Hold up. But there was still, like, there's one piece to the puzzle that I don't have.
okay.
Because the bottle... Wait, no, you do 10 skulls for your bomb bag, and that's your bottle, right? That's the bottle you do the thing with, yeah.
Yeah.
But I just managed to get it out of... Yeah.
You could have got the letter just straight up, too.
Yeah, you just got a letter.
How?
Well, you'd have to empty it, but
Yeah,
The
but
letter's
you...
in forest.
Yeah, but
You need hookshot.
It's in the well, the first one. Right? You didn't get the one in the well as your first, but you could have.
that does
Yeah.
need bombs or
We had
You need,
strength
logically, you need bombs because of the small key.
Din's
Yeah.
Well,
fire.
I mean,
Either
the
all,
bombs were on 10
these
skulls,
in
though. You
strength,
just...
or just straight up the
Yeah.
bomb bag.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
bombs
the
are 10
bomb
10
is-
skull
yeah.
bombs. 10 skull bombs into hookshot in the well, plus the strength
Yeah.
in just market or something, and then bow in
Yeah.
trail. So
That
you
works.
can just do forest and get the letter.
Crazy.
Yeah, the actual like logic of the seed was not a thing. Just
It was, like, interesting, kind of. I already cleared my tracker, but I'm trying to think was there anything that was, like, really interesting in terms of, like, figuring this out is, like, really big. Well, certainly not the fire one, but
I don't
no, you just
think
gotta.
so.
It's like basically it's pretend that it's just for child side keys and prey, and that's
yeah. But, like,
fine.
you just don't know, though, because, like,
Yeah,
if it was a path to Twin Rover instead of a path to Bongo, then I'm like, cool, I have all the items I need for Spirit, so it's probably key logic. But because of the path to Bongo, because hovers were in Spirit, that's why the whole thing just didn't work out.
Oh yeah, that's why it was such a pain in the butt. Yeah, like
Yeah.
if I didn't have that hint, I would have just crossed, gotten hovers, everything would have been great. But no, it's fine.
Yeah. The way to win the seed is just not to get that hint. Just don't get it.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
don't get that
Did
hint.
we-
That's how you do
It
well.
was Upper River, wasn't it?
Upper River, yeah.
Did we see a second copy on Restream?
No. That's the only one we saw.
Ah.
Probably, Storm's locked in Castle 3 or something.
Yeah.
Back of Lake.
Yeah. Lake was like this seed was really like a strong candidate for the free scarecrow thing because Lake was so hard to
there
get
was
to anyway.
Also, there was nothing in like all of Southfield Lake Valley area. There's just nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I skipped all of Hyrule and Lake and Valley.
Yeah.
When was it? I just found the long shot after doing well, and I still knew that from that point on, like I looked at the times and I saw that Ryuken finished at like 2:01, and then like I knew it's not AD, and I knew Hovers had to be in Spirit.
Yeah.
So like you just
I've gotten out of the habit of having the
skip
race
everything.
open because it just drives me like it makes me twitchy, but I need to remember that.
So, Jax, any other thoughts, comments? I'm not going to hear complaints. You can DM those to Jimbo. He
okay, I can
Randobot for this.
I can DM complaints to Jimbo. Excellent.
Yep.
So many complaints. No, that again. This setting, I'll just say, like, I was happy to see the settings because they weren't going to be too mean.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I kind of feel like it was a bit of a risk restream at this anyway, always. But like also thinking about like choosing one setting is not going to often be that interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
It doesn't even prepare you for the bracket stage enough.
Yeah, because
anyway.
like
Because the two
honestly, like
settings
I'm
are
gonna
just
be banning like what if I'm gonna be banning keys or banning overworld skulls against people all the time because I'm just like, no, those are terrible settings. So no. I mean, I'm gonna play. I'm playing. I'm gonna be back. But yeah, this didn't feel like a very did not feel like it was actually impacted that much by the settings. That was by the new settings, and that's kind of unfortunate. Like, if you're trying to mix up, you should have things that are impactful. But
I mean, for me, it kind of was because I got my bomb bag from the crater with the hammer I had, which is bomb locked.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
like,
yeah.
that was fortunate. Like I was like on the Goron City loop. Like I got the scrubs in Goron City, got the scale, got light arrows, got
conversely,
the
could have
bomb bag.
gotten the bomb shoes really early from Left Side Goron Maze and then gotten it from the pot.
No, I had those too. And then like
You just
immediately
get the
afterwards
pot
picked up
with
the bomb
strength.
bag.
Yeah.
And then another 10-pack of chews, and then like a 20-pack of chews.
Yeah.
Once you have the hammer, you get all the explosives you ever wanted.
Yeah. But yeah, it still just didn't feel that impactful because scrubs are not that impactful. The only thing the scrubs do is annoy me because in Jabu, as long as I don't have to do Jabu scrolls, scrub is fine. I hate the Jabu scrub.
Yeah. That one's kind of brutal.
Also, like, shoutouts to starting with storms, because this could have still been a surprise AD for storms.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, one of the storms locked scrubs, which is, there's, like, 8 scrubs that are storms locked. The 2 in Valley, the 3 in River, or 2 in River, and 3 in Meadows, or 7, I think.
My note sheet, I have where's storms, and then I'm like, oh, I have it, lol.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really much else to say about this scene. Like, it's don't get the fire hint and you're good.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I was like, oh, I'm gonna get my hovers off of Volvaggio. Great, cool.
Amazing.
At this point, I'm like, I might as well just go stab Morpha because if it actually is AD, that's a whole bunch of age changes.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder where the boss key water is, because like
it's the craft wall.
Oh, that's early enough.
Really fast. It was really fast water, so that was nice at least.
Yeah, you could then just not cross. You just have Requiem. That's
I didn't
nice.
Cross.
But like only if you also do like all the other optional dungeons.
Yeah.
So like you make that like 10 seconds or something.
Yeah. So that wasn't great, but again, it's all that one hint that if I hadn't dropped the chicken, I would have been fine. But whatever.
Yeah, you and Engel were basically holding hands through Hyrule at that point.
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh well, this means this is where my thing is. And didn't you just have a problem with Fire Temple? Maybe I should just never go Fire Temple because I've had this problem recently. I had this problem at SGL where every time it's like, oh, it seems like a good idea to go into Fire Temple.